Appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Got to give out the clarification for the nation is if everybody know that we live in a world that everybody want to be right and everybody got to have the truth and these sort of things. And I guess the representatives of Ezekiel Elliott camp probably got hit up with the old shake and bake information. And the hardest part about this, when we think about it, when we start talking about, hey, everybody want to be first to put news out there, nobody want to be second, we have to remind ourselves that this NFL is about business and news media is about business. And Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, those are all people that everybody have to say to themselves, well, when you look at it, these are all people that everybody say, well, the information is always crazy. Because when you mention Cowboys' name, when you mention their name, boy, you can get a lot of clicks, man. Ain't this right, Sally? You get a lot of clicks and you get a lot of things that could be misinformed. And I just want to put this out here. Ezekiel Elliott pretty much was saying like, hey, there's a thing called HIPAA laws, HIPAA regulations, and that's the reality of it. Can we speak on those terms? Can we talk about the fact that when we think about it, Ezekiel Elliott said, yes, all my agent did was confirm. He didn't deny, but he confirmed that the story is already written that some of the players have COVID. Not saying that he have it or what have you. So that's the $1 million question. That's right, Billy. So when we think about it, when we look at it, it's crazy. All I can say is, what would be the reason why to report news that you don't have concrete information on? Old bait and switch situation. That's the only way that I can look at it, Cowboy Nation. And when we think about it, we can say, well, it's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the flat out Dallas Cowboys. Nevertheless, there were some other names that were thrown around. And when I look at it, I can say, well, let's just get this thing out the bag. Will we have a season for 2020? Will there be a narrative being switched between the time frame now and to the time frame when we started to play football? Let me know, because at the end of the day, most of us we just want to see the game. Now, I do know that we got a lot of things that's going on right now in this world. Nevertheless, we want to see the game. We want to, but we want people to be safe, right? We want people to be cautious. And if any news that's out there, I want people to understand that, clicks do clicks and sales do sales, Shout out to man Griffin, really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Jay Reed, thank you for being part of the nation. Thank those that's on my Facebook group. Really appreciate all of you guys that's there. For those who just not tuning in, I want to say this and repeat. Ezekiel Elliott came out and said, hey, what about HIPAA? And HIPAA is supposed to be able to protect players or protect people in general of their personal health information that health providers are not able to go out there and spit out epithets or spit out information about said player or said person. Nevertheless, when Ezekiel Elliott agent was contacted, he just confirmed the story of several players were hit with the COVID or what have you. Not necessarily saying that Ezekiel Elliott have it or what have you. So that's the confusing part. A lot of people hit me up and said, well, Law, is this confusing? Do he really have it or do he don't have it? And then people started looking back at the timeline and saying, okay, he was hanging out with such and such player this day, or he was hanging out with his family members that day. So we don't know. Now, earlier today when I had the phone lines open, we was talking about this right here, Cowboy Nation. We were talking about, is it wise for the players to go out and say, well, yes, I have it, or what have you. Is it wise? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hit me up with a thumb up or something. Let me know whether or not you guys can understand what I'm saying. Is it wise? Do you guys agree that it's wise for the players to go out and say, yeah, I have COVID? Or is it wise for them not to say anything at all? Is it wise for the organizations to come out and speak on things that they don't have all of the information on and say that this person have it, or we reported that multiple people have it, or what have you? How do all of this stuff leak out? How do all of this stuff goes about? Shout out to Jay Farm, man. Really appreciate you. He said, this is Jerry Jones written all over it. When Jay Farm, when he started putting out comments, man, I be really listening, because he got his eardrum close to the Cowboys organization. So my thing is it Jerry Jones altogether? Do you guys feel like Jerry is sitting there saying, okay, let's try to steer this thing away from all of the crazy stuff that's going on, and let me use one of my marquee players that I know for sure would throw in a ripple? I know for sure that would throw in a crazy vibe, a crazy situation where everybody can start talking about it, because I can guarantee you this. People are going to go through that timeline of what Ezekiel Elliott did for the last 24 hours, the last 48 hours, the last 80 hours. They're going to look at everything from 2 weeks from now and say, okay, this is what Ezekiel Elliott been doing. Zeke confirmed it. Yes, Akeem, really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Now, Ezekiel Elliott, yes, but he confirmed, but he did also say there is a situation as it relates to HIPAA laws and regulations, and we got to abide by those laws. Not everybody want their information as it relates to, health and everything to be spit out to the massive. Tests were issued last week. No media is allowed at the facility, so they have no clue when the tests were issued. This is from J Farm D. Woo, woo. Man, the insider. You're tuning in to nothing but the best of the insider from J Farm D. Here's the thing. Test was administered last week, so there's no way to know whether or not this person is on the tail end of their COVID, or they just got it. We don't know whether or not it was A player, You don't know whether or not it was B player. It can be anybody, David. David, keep rocking with the Beard Brothers. Yes, got to have the Beard Gang all on point, man. Got to have the Beard Gang. Ron, what's good, man? Really appreciate you. Honey Cut, thank you for tuning in to the nation. So my thing is, and I love the fact that when we get a tidbit of information, when we get some information out there for everybody to hear, for everybody to see, for everybody to have their opinions on it, the reality of it is the time frame. Boy, that's a good nugget there. The tests were given or issued out last week. Jay, what time last week? Because it could be, that Monday? Yeah, well, test is normally with the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys, they open up everything on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So who knows, right? Nevertheless, we can say this without a shot of a doubt, that the media don't know who really have it or what have you. Because remember, like I said, you could be in the tail end of it. You could be on the out end of it. It takes 3 days for the results to come back. Oh, another nugget. But what I'm talking about, Jay. Another nugget. He said it take 3 days. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This is from Kevin McLean. HIPAA is a federal law that requires creations of national standards to protect sensitive patients' health and information. Appreciate you, man, Kelvin, for dropping the information out there. And that's what HIPAA means, basically. You got sensitive information out there. Nevertheless, I do agree with my dog who called in earlier, Dallas Cowboys News, is this right here. If you have something that's contagious, if you constructed or you got something that could hurt someone else or could cause somebody else to go in a bad situation, it's best to let people know. Not saying that you got to tell the world, but it's best to let people know that it's going to be within the same confines or close to you. It's better to let them know and say, hey, dog, and even if it's the common cold, if you're feeling under the weather, this is like a PSA, a public service announcement. Even if you have the common cold, if you just been having a runny nose, it's best to tell your homeboys, your dog, the people that you kick it with, or the people that you're going to cook food for. Hey, man, I've been under the weather. Man, I've been eating these whole cough drops like gummy bears, man. Yeah, I just been not feeling myself. I've been down in the fifth of hand, whatever it may be. Whatever you trying to overcome, it's better to let people know. It's better to let people know. And you can say them like, hey, man, I've been having a little cough here and there, man. You might want to keep your distance, bro. That's just how I look at it. Let me know if I'm wrong. DJ Cobb said, Jay got to keep us updated, man. Yeah, Jay is the official, Stay safe, wash your hands, ready, red, yeah. And so he said also he just got back to the facility, so he battles team players. Yes, the facilities opened up last week, I think a little bit, the week before. It was just soft opening up of the facilities. So... And we've seen other facilities like throughout the world, like workout facilities. I think that 24-hour fitness, they're trying to open back up, but they're going through bankruptcy, LA Fitness, shout out to LA Fitness. I'm a member there. LA Fitness, they trying to do a soft opening and things like that. So you got a lot of things that goes around as it relates to working out. And I tell a lot of people, man, when you going out working out, there's sweat. There's droplets everywhere. Then you exhausted. You got aspiration going out everywhere. You got a lot of things that's happening. And a lot of people don't wipe their equipment down after they use it. A lot of people, it's just nasty in a sense. And you getting out there, you working out, you sweating, that you share the same air. These facilities, I always say this, and the barber shops are opening and everything. Look, I haven't had a haircut in a minute. I've been trying to manage my own self, but I like to tell people that you got to be careful out there. Just because they open up everything, you got to sit back and keep yourself safe. You got to. You got to figure out a way to keep yourself safe. And the best thing to do is keep your distance. Make sure you wipe things down. Make sure you might wait till the next week before you start working out. That's just how I look at it. Don't be the first one. Whenever you at war, the craziest thing of it all, and I hope you guys can hear me, because I'm on my cell phone. Y'all heard what happened earlier. My computer just all messed up, so I'm using Verizon network now. Let me know if it's choppy too. Let me help a brother out. But the craziest thing of it all, when you're in war, right? There's always somebody to say, charge! And they still on their horse while the other people are running out. They the frontline people. They are the frontline people to go through all of the trials, all of the crazy stuff. I'm going to be that person that's sitting there saying, okay, charge. Let that first wave go through. Maybe the second wave, and maybe on the third wave, Law come tiptoeing around and saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to start working out again. I'm going to start getting my hair cut again. But you got to be understandable of the situation and aware of your awareness. Be aware of your surroundings, or have awareness too. And it's right, JB, really appreciate you, man. Yeah, Jet D, thank you for being part of this thing. We got so many people with this type of situation, and we just want to be able to go back home to our loved ones, right? We do. We flat out want to be able to be safe out there. So, with all that being said, Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I just wanted to get the clarification for the nation out there, saying that Ezekiel Elliott, his agent didn't go out there and willingly put his information out there and saying, okay, my client have COVID. All his agent did was confirm the storyline, and then they took it and ran from it. So I always want to put myself in a situation where I tried to be responsible to give you guys the best information. Remember, I'm not out here trying to break any news. I'm not breaking news law. I don't even like that. I like when people give their thoughts, give their rationales of things. I love that fact, and I love the fact when people can understand that football is a business. Jerry Wayne is Jerry Wayne. He loved to sell things. Let me see if I can, because I can't see y'all comments, but I'm going to try another way. Bear with me. Bear with me because I want to know where you guys are from. I also want to see the fact that, let me see if I can go here. Bear with me, bear with me. I'm almost there. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, let me see him do it this way. Give me a few seconds. I had to pull up my phone. All right, here we go. Law, we have to wear our masks. This is from Akeem. Yes, football is big business. This is from Jay. I can read your comments now. Let me see. Bam, there we go. Yeah, Greg Berry says the player from the Himalaya, daddy wasn't a bricklayer. You know how this thing go? Liberal governors. Because at first, I was on another site and I thought I had like two people in here. I was like, man, what the world is going on? And I'll try to play it off. Y'all see me out looking over here, looking over there. And I was just trying to just peruse this thing all the way out. So when I go here, I can see that you guys are here. So I was like, wait a minute now. I'm talking to myself. So my thing is when I do it this way, I can't see the Facebook comments. That's the thing. But shout out to everybody that's on Facebook. But I do see the YouTubers over here, the YouTube comments. So that's a plus, right? I can see y'all comments, man. Michael Jenkins got hired by the ECN. Oh, when? Okay. I can rock with y'all all day, baby. I can take that football. See, the reason why I'm not going to take that football out of the casing right there, y'all see that football right there? Y'all see that football? That's football that's signed by Travis Frederick in the studio. That's football that's signed by Travis Frederick. So I'm not going to take that one out, but I can take the football out and I can show you guys some things. You know what I mean? Oh, my goodness, man. But shout out to Jay Form, man. This is where I come from, my Cowboys. Greg Berry. Really appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Some choose their own reality, but this is real. Yeah. Life. Let me tell y'all something about life, man. Let me tell y'all something about life. And you guys can believe it. You guys can sit back and say, well, no, that's not life. But life, life will chew you up and spit you out. Life does not have a checks and balances where everything is fair. And I want people to understand that. You got to put yourself in position to win. Survival of the fittest. A lot of people think that went away. No, it's still here. And matter of fact, it could be even worse. So when you get information from people, understand that there's always an underlying reason. There's always a situation where there's somebody trying to benefit from it. And you always got to ask yourself, what can this person gain from putting this information out? Why they didn't put the person's name attached to it? Sources says, you know what I'm saying? It's always get that type of stuff. Sources told me, you know? And there's so many times that people can run to sources, you know. Where's the sources coming from? Can you attach? You remember back in the days when you used to write your report and you had to cite your sources, you had to put out where you got your information from? But people then got into this fast food mentality, whereas they don't care. Look, they can say, man, I saw Michael Jackson yesterday, and he gave me a dap, and here's his Twitter page. And they know for sure that brother been gone. But it just depends on who says it, whether or not people will believe it. You know, that's the craziest thing. But people get money per clicks, per story. This is Joseph. And that is why, when I, Joseph, you speaking nothing but the truth on that. That is why I always say, hey, man, you know, if something is a little sketchy, I say, hey, man, I don't know. And I know people still will say, hey, Law, man, you clickbaiting. And I try not to do that. But I just tell people all the time, man, hey, I don't know whether or not this is real or not, but I'm going to come back and let you guys know. That's why I hate to be the first one to say it. So with this Cowboys organization, man, people will never know. Look, I kid you not. I had somebody to send me a picture of Dak Prescott. He was at a camp, I believe just this weekend, a youth camp, and having a good time with the kids. So watch how this thing, they can twist that news. They can say, well, Dak Prescott is being careless out there. And he's not about for the kids. You know, he just kind of go out there trying to do this and try to do that. Watch. It could be a story that break sometime this week. Dak Prescott out in camp, with the kids and putting kids in harmful ways and harmful situations. Tupac clicks is off. Is awful. So, yeah. What's up, man? Shout out to you, Sanchez, man. The revolution will not be televised. This is from Greg. Yeah. It is a big deal, Akeem. I feel that this was all necessary, and in politics, it's like a pause or restart for some, and at the end, we would need unity to win. This is from DJ Cobb. In everything that we do, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? Right. I love telling stories here. I think everybody should have accountabilities, right? Here's the situation. Cowboy Mike, really appreciate you, man. But here's the situation. Two guys died. One went to hell and one went to heaven. And I know you guys heard of this old story before. The guy that was in hell, he opened his eyes. He saw that there was this long table, heavy with food, all the food you can imagine. But when he looked to his left and right, everybody was miserable. Everybody was upset because they had spoons twice the arm length they supposed to have, and none of the people could eat that food. And he was just sitting there thinking, man, how did I get to this spot? Everybody was in misery. They had one hand tied behind the back and the spoon twice the arm length, which make it impossible for them to feed themselves. Then the two guys woke up. The next day they was in heaven. They saw the same table, twice as long as the previous table, with nothing but food and with the same situation. One arm tied behind their back and the spoon twice the arm length of their arms. And everybody was laughing, having a good time, joyous, same temperature, same environment. And the reason why the people that was in heaven extremely happy, extremely with joy, is because they fed each other. And the people that was perishing, the people that was in hell was in misery because they didn't feed each other. They didn't feed each other. They was all upset. Reason what I'm trying to say is that regardless of your circumstances, regardless of your situations, regardless of what you're going through, if you can work together, if you can understand the person to your right and the person to your left, man, these things, if you work together, man, oh man, it's nothing impossible that you guys can accomplish. And this society, the United States, if we learn to work together, if we learn to feed each other, if we learn to protect each other, it's nothing impossible what we can do. Just like I've been saying, even with the Dak Prescott situation, even with this team, collectively speaking, if we all support this team, it's something to do about motivation. Let me know if I'm wrong. Felix says, feed each other. Yes. Come on, Law. Let us know who got the Rona. I know Zeke did. This is Ramos. I don't know who else got the Rona, man. But I can say that several players got the Rona. Twice the level, you says. Yes. So if we learn to be united, boys, nothing can be impossible, man. If we work together. And that's all I want to put out there, man. You work together, we can accomplish great things. And, if you want to go somewhere fast, you do it by yourself, right? And if you want to go far, you do it with people. And I believe within the power of the people. I do believe that everybody that follows my page, follow my content, is on a journey. For those who out there, especially if you're out there, when I had Law Talk Radio, I didn't know where I was going to go with the channel, right? When I very first started, I was doing poems. If I could be anything in this world, I would be the tears that was born in your eyes, lived upon your cheek. And then I ran out of that poem, and then I said, hey, tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers. I was saying all types of poems, and I was trying to figure out this thing. And I said, what am I passionate about? What if I can just talk about for days, and it hit me. The Dallas Cowboys. What name should I go with? You know, should it be Law Talk Radio Cowboys Talk? And I said, nah, I need something that can really grow with the people. And I said, man, let me pull up Law Thomas. That's my name and everything, which is good. But let me just formulate a nation, Law Nation. Cowboy Nation was already taken, right? So I didn't want to be Cowboys Nation, but I want to be Law Nation that speak about Cowboy Nation and beyond. That's why I always say and beyond. So you guys are getting some flavor from me from the Cowboys perspective and some flavor from me from everyday life perspective. Do I have everything right? No, baby, no. Should I have everything right? Yes, but I don't. I'm human. I make mistakes all the time. I do, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. This is from Greg Berry. Yes, I'm not taking any chances. Yeah, put your mask on. This is from Charles. Yeah, you got to put that mask on, man. Just protect not just yourself, but others. Yeah. Law Nation family. Yeah, that would be nice. Law Nation family. That would be cool. We grinding Cowboy Nation. We always trying to figure out things. First thing first is to get the corrupt, manipulative, controlling system out of here. This is from DU. The controlling factor. Here's the craziest thing. With avarice, greed shall conquer us all. The reason why I say that is because we do live in a system that we are a capitalistic society. We are. Regardless, look, the curtains behind me, the light that's behind me, the football, everybody got a thing called profit loss statements that they get. And not only do they do profit loss statements for per item or per equipment, they do profit loss statements per year. They look at this thing and they say, well, and trust me, when you forecast and budget as long as I've done in my time on this planet, you understand. You got to project how your numbers are going to look for the next quarter, for the first 4 quarters. You got to also understand that how many drapes I'm selling for this month, or how many lampshades behind me that I can push out. Last year around this time I did 18. I'm trying to get to 19. I'm trying to get to 20. Oh, last year during this time I bought them at $5, per lampshade, and I'm selling them now for 20. People are buying them, the supply and demand, but they fail to realize that in order for that to happen, you have to pay somebody less. You have to buy in bulk. Maybe a company went out and you took the opportunity to buy multiple lampshades. Maybe you bought them at a bundle rate, you see. And what I'm trying to say, this is raw economics right here. What I'm trying to say is that within the confines of that particular system creates demand, creates supply versus demand. How can I put this company out of business so I can elevate my bottom line and so I can tell people to shop at Law Nation or shop over here? And as long as you have a system instructed like that or influx like that, you will always have the have and the have-nots. That's just how it goes. You will always have somebody that will profit and you will have somebody that go out of business. Case in point, Chuck E. Cheese. They are $1 billion in debt. Let me repeat, Chuck E. Cheese, $1 billion in debt. Now, Chuck E. Cheese can quite frankly go out there and say, hey, let's have a donation drive, a GoFundMe account, because we $1 billion in debt. Meaning that in order for them to get a profit, they got to pay back their debt. They got to figure out a way to overcome that debt threshold. Now, there still could be money within the confines of that particular company because the branding name is everything. Somebody can walk in and say, okay, I got $2 billion on the shelf. I'm going to buy your company out, the debt that you guys incurred, and I now own Chuck E. Cheese. And every penny that we earn from here will go to me. But I'm going to have to take that risk, and I'm going to look at the portfolio, and it's going to have to be a gamble per se, because we don't know when this COVID situation will overcome. We don't know when people or kids are going to be able to come back to work and also to come back out to enjoy this particular facility. $1 billion, but who's going to take that risk? They're not going to take that risk. They'd rather go ahead and sell all what they got. Tell their employees, we love what you guys did for the organization, but tomorrow is your last day. We love you, but we got to take care of ourselves first. And that's business. That's just how it goes. What's up with you guys? Now, when it takes away the people's rights to properly, it causes chaos. Yeah, DJ, it does, man. Chaos is all is all crazy. Chuck E. Cheese should have a stand at a flea market when they make bank. Yeah. Totally wrong. By taking also when you are talk your spit, it spread the virus. Yeah. Y'all talking about the virus situation? Yeah. What's up with you, Charles, man? Really appreciate you, man. Shout out to the you, man. Really appreciate you as well. Let me read some more of your comments, man. Since the beginning of humans, yeah. I mean, that's just society, man. The natural selection, survival of the fittest. You know how that thing go, right? Yeah. Joseph, what's good? Ventura, Dallas Cowboys football news that Miles started it during the meth, and now he broke. Yeah, and he see Chuck on interventions. Francis, really appreciate you. Did we open up the country too soon? This is Sanchez. Oh my goodness, did we open up the country too soon? That is a hard way to look at it, but that's how herd immunity. The only way you can figure that out, is through herd immunity when you have yet to get the vaccination, when you have yet to get the vaccine. I think, not to be political talking here, but I think that you had a small window of time when the first news announced where there was this crazy virus that was going around. And when that happened, when that occurred, I think you had like a 24 to 48 hour window to shut down all incoming, traffic to the United States. And when that didn't happen and when that didn't occur, it became like wildfire. And I think that you had another opportunity to be like, well, based upon certain situations, we're going to shut the country down for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Can't step outside of your house, And the way the United States is constructed, different states have different laws, different cities have different rules. Like I said earlier on the live stream, is that it would have been impossible to have a nationwide mandatory shutdown for 3 weeks. It just would have been impossible. Certificate of vaccination identification. Francis, Washington, yeah. There been a situation whereas they want to do digital vaccines, whereas they insert, and this is me putting out some information. Now, I don't want you guys to try to crucify me, but digital vaccination is a world order that Bill Gates been pushing out, a digital vaccination, meaning that before you enter into an arena, before you enter in a mass public facility, whereas they can scan, maybe it can be via your iPhone or via a chip that's inserted into your body, whereas they can say, okay, based upon this information, Lawrence just left Brazil, his medical records show that he's been vaccinated, he's been cleared to enter in this particular facility. And it could be a quick, simple scan of a chip that's in your hand, or a phone ID type of scan to let me in, to let me enter. That's something that they're trying to employ and implement. Now, when they release that information out to the general masses, I don't know. But what I can say is, based upon everything that's going on right now, that seems like a way. That seems like the way that the new technology is heading toward, digital vaccination, to digital vaccination as it relates to identification. And it could be verified via a chip or something that's inserted onto your smart device. That could be something that can happen that way in the near future. My guy Reddy said, nah, man, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, but that's just the way it goes. There's people to this day that in order for to have your kid to enter into a school system, they have to show some paperwork that says that their kid been vaccinated, in order to enter in certain public arenas. And that's just how it goes, man. Unfortunately, they can keep their chip. This is from Bama fan. That's just how it goes, man. Like I said, for those that's watching on Facebook, unfortunately, I'm not able to see your comments, but shout out to those that's over there on the Facebook group. Be careful out there, Rue. Yeah, the part of the scam is getting the world signed a vaccine subscription so that farmer can make trillions. Big pharmaceutical. You can't, man, pharmaceutical, man, they make hands over fist. Like apple cider vinegar, right? Apple cider vinegar. We do know that if you rub that on an acne bump, it can go away. It can make your skin smooth. But the people that sells all this other stuff, they looking at it like, man, don't be putting that information out there. Apple cider vinegar is 100% natural, I mean, that stuff is only like $2 to $3 opposed to this $30 stuff that I'm trying to sell. Remember what I was talking about supply and demand earlier? Remember what I was talking about profit loss statements? I mean, if I come out with the cure for everything tomorrow, I'm a wanted man. I'm a wanted man. Correct, Law. SMU Athletics is requiring students to sign a COVID-19 waiver before coming back to campus. This is from J Farm Day. Yeah. A waiver in order to go back to campus. That's some deep stuff, Jay. That is some deep stuff. You got to sign this waiver. You got to get tested. You got to make sure, that you are clear to go and these sort of things. And that's just how it goes, man. I'm not taking no chip play, boy. This is from Ready Red. We will see when things come into a law. My name is Law Nation, right? I just play it. But when things go into a law, we have to abide by the laws and the rules and regulations of this land. That's just how it goes. Soon your driver's license insurance rate will be tied into the vaccine scam. This is from Real Thor. It could be. I can see that. Let me ask you guys this. We just kicking it now, man. We just talking. Y'all, let me know if y'all want to continue to kick it and talk. Let me know. I'm gonna let see what the next person says. If not, I can go. We can just talk some stuff that's outside of football, right? Let me see what y'all. Let me know if y'all just want to talk. Let me know. I'm gonna wait. Okay, Bama fan gave me the thumb up. Okay, we talking, right? We just talking, right? We just talking. Let's talk driver's license, right? Do a driver's license states that you know how to drive a motorized vehicle? Y'all give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Do a driver's license states that you know how to drive a motorized vehicle? Let me know. We kicking it, right, Bobby? Yeah. What's up, Charles, man? Uncle Charles, man. Man, we love you, man. Yeah, so Chris, a lot of people, TA Cowboy says nope. So yeah, I love their objectivity. Just because you have a driver's license doesn't mean that you know how to drive, right? There are people that know how to drive without a driver's license. But what a driver's license does, it states that you have the ability to drive a motorized vehicle in said state that you live in. Let me repeat. It states that you have the ability to operate a motorized vehicle in the state that you live in. Now, in order for you to get that license, you got to go through a series of tests. Now, there have been one state that said, okay, you no longer have to take the test. I think it was in Georgia somewhere. I think that they're going to renege on that. But nevertheless, it states that you fall in within the lines in accordance to law in order to have a motorized vehicle, that you have a driver's license. So what I'm trying to say is that you, my friend, If you don't have a driver's license, yes, you can get behind a vehicle and still drive. There's nobody stopping you. Nevertheless, if you so happen to get stopped, pulled over for any reasons, and you do not have a license, then there's consequences and repercussions that you have to go through. You have to abide by because you don't have your said license. Now, case in point, that is a strange situation. Now, moving over to a certain ability to get higher educations based upon an institution or whatever college or whatever high school, whatever middle school, whatever facility that you get your education from. They have rules and regulations, meaning that in order for you to get the knowledge that we are going to provide to you, you have to have a vaccination. Why? I think that me drinking my apple cider, me doing cod liver oil pills, me drinking, cranberry juice or whatever it may be, I think that I can overcome anything. My body, I can self-heal myself. But according to the paper, in order for you to join this institution, you got to submit your paperwork saying that you've been vaccinated. It ain't my rules, it's just the law of the land that that particular institution implemented. And guess what? You can't get that information until you abide by their rules and regulations. That is what we call life. Is it right for to get injected with a certain vaccination that may not really help you out, that may do more harm to your body? Is that right? No, it's not right. It's not fair, but that's just how the laws of the land work. You can be rebels and say, well, I refuse to do it. But guess what? Majority of you guys are watching me, listening to me via your cell phone, via your high-speed internet, wherever it may be on. There's little tiny writings saying that we require access to your microphones. We require access to listening in. If you're a part of Facebook or you're a part of YouTube, we require access to listening in to your communication or geotag or put GPS signature blocks to know where you've been. That's why when you mention to people, hey man, I got a cold, man, let me take me some Robitussin. Then all of a sudden you go to Instagram, you see a Robitussin, you know what I'm saying, ad that come across your screen. Or when you're on Facebook, all of a sudden you mention Robitussin and now you hear their competitors out there, ads everywhere. Because they listening to what you said because you done already signed off to the agreement to operate and use their services. You don't think they're listening to you? Come on, Cowboy Nation. I know you guys know better than that. I kid you not. Mention that you got a cold and let me know in the next 2 or 3 days do you see Robitussin or Halls, advertisement to come across your little deal. And what I'm saying is that I'm going to go all the way back to the driver's license situation. There's a thing called implied consent law. Implied consent law. The day that you get your license, it states that when an officer or a person of this state or what have you asks you a series of questions that you will have to abide by them. If not, you can be taken into custody. Boy, that's some good stuff. But a lot of people, who's reading the implied consent laws, right? Who got that all in their mind? Ignorant of the law is not permissible, right? So you say to yourself, how in the world did this officer say that, hey, I blew everything right. I made sure that I passed the test. How can he still say that, hey, I'm under the influence? Because according to the laws and the regulations of the land, the officer have the right to make the judgment to say that this person is incapable of operating this particular vehicle. And by the state that got the power and gave me the authorities, I can take that person in for detainment up to 24 hours. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. Let me know if I'm lying. Yes, let me know if I'm lying. Yes, but I bet news told you that the story that Scott had to be good. Yeah, no, that cop was wrong though. This is from Akeem. What cop are you talking about? Every company want to get into the sales subscription funnel, car payment, mortgage, cable companies, etc. Facts, but you have to have a great day. Number one, by the way, there was a man who thought just like you until he got it. And then he gave it to his wife, and then he gave it to his wife, and she's dead now. This is how it goes. It's from Scott McBride. True? True. If you agree to the terms, then you do not have to drive. Laugh out loud. It's a trap. Yeah. It's just crazy how that goes. That's just crazy how it goes. That's crazy how it goes. I bet the news. Let me read some more of you guys' comments. I love you guys, man. Y'all putting out a bunch of stuff. No, that is not life when you have to forfeit your freedom for profit. This is from Rand L. Thor. Yeah. Yeah. He says, and I love this objectivity. He says, it's not life when you have to forfeit your freedom for profit. There's always a line of level of reasonings. There's always a line level of reasonings, especially when you're talking about operating within the confines of a system. There's a good movie out there. It's been out there for a minute. It's called The Matrix. And there was a certain situation where a guy was unplugged from the Matrix. I forgot which episode it was, what have you. Guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if that happened or it really occurred. But this guy, he wanted to get replugged back into the Matrix because the reality was not sufficient enough for him. He got tired of eating the old nasty food, but he wanted to get the fake food so that it can tell him that it's steak when it's really not. He wanted to get back plugged in to the Matrix, and he couldn't because they were setting him up. They just wanted to give him enough. They just want to use him for enough information to see who were the people that was unplugged from the Matrix. A lot of people say, hey, I want to be woken. I want to stay woke. I want to be able to understand what's going on. But a lot of people get to that point in life when they become woken, when they get woken up, they say, dog, I don't want this life anymore. I don't want to go through the circumstances of eating this paste. I want that fake steak again. And you got a lot of people that would say this and would do that, but in reality of it, they want to get plugged back into the Matrix. And that is what a lot of people want, believe it or not. Remember what I said earlier on my other live stream. I tell you what, Beyonce can come to the city of Dallas right now, and I believe they'll give her the key to the city. Beyonce can come right to the city of Dallas, and they will give her the key to the city. They will listen to Jay-Z over somebody who have an economics degree, somebody who graduated top of their class, somebody who made billions and billions and millions of proper decisions, or whatever it may be to construct laws. It could be a senator, it can be a whole bunch of things, but people will generally listen to the celebrity. People collectively love to follow what the celebrities do. They think that the celebrities, just because they say it, it means everything. Just because they have it, then you gonna want to have it. But in actuality, it's that school teacher that's more valuable than them. It's that person, that doctor or that lawyer who actually got skill sets that actually perform in those arenas every day. They have more valuable advice. Nevertheless, people are accustomed to listening to the celebrities. That's just how influence go. The craziest thing about influences is all around us. But people naturally knows that ice cream tastes good, but some people don't know until somebody else says it. That's of a influence type. And that's just how this world is. The ambassadors, right, Kato? Yes, you can't punish the masses to save a few. People have lost their job, businesses, food supplies, and more, and people will suffer. Yes, I agree. Law, we have to endure the pain and sufferings in the world of pray and watch until Jesus return. In the meantime, God is with us all. Akeem, I agree. But my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, and my great-great-grandfather said Jesus is returning during their lifetime. The reality of it, they're gone. Jesus have yet to return. It's been over 2,000 years. 2,000 years. And people, no one will never know the day nor the hour. And that's the truth And everybody, since 2000, saying, oh, since the year of 2,000 years ago, saying, hey, he's returning. 150 years from that time, hey, he's returning. Nobody knows. Nobody would never know when he will return. Now, there will be signs and wonders, but nobody would never know. Let's go to somebody else. People have lost everything, yeah, and it has the same death rate as the flu. This is from the U. Yeah, but you still got to be cautious. No reason to hide from it. Yes, you're right. You got to stay prayed up, Uncle. Yeah, you do. Yes, yes. Not true. The virus has killed more than only has been in 4 months. Yeah. There would never be a true underlining of what's all going on. But I can say that there will be rules, there will be laws and regulations, and there will be implications. There will be everything people look at it. There will be other situations that will be designed to help us out, collectively speaking. Yeah. Yes, yes. Jesus said only his Father would know. Yeah. Yeah, and that's according to him and his Father. Again, Scott, where are we getting these stats from? Well, y'all going into a battle with the stats, man. Y'all going into the battles with the stats. Yeah, Law, you got to post a clip of the stream. Some good messages, man. I really appreciate you, man. Who this is? Some good messages. Yeah, DJ Cobbs, man. And I want people to understand that in this world that we live in this world that we all share, we still have to love one another. Remember what I said earlier about 30 minutes ago, that we have to be united in a sense. And it's got to be like an analogy for those who lived on a farm, for those who live out there on, tie of rope, bales of hay. You got to be like a knot on a rope. And when the opposition pulls on that knot get tighter, it get closer, it get harder, and it's hard to break it away. And that's what we got to be, collectively speaking. We have to be like that knot on a rope, get tighter, get stronger, and get harder when the opposition or the opposing threat pulls on us. And what we got to do, that's what we got to do. Law Nation, the chat dialogue is healthy. A lot of varying opinions. Yeah, Jay, I really appreciate you, man. I'm glad that you said there's a lot of, it's a good, healthy chat log. I love it, man. I can't see it all. It's harder to see with a cell phone. We just got to be protective of ourselves. And I love people giving their insights, and I love people sharing this content. I wish I could see my Facebook chat logs, but I'm not able to see that. Yeah, we got to stay united. We got to stay strong. We got to stay lifted. We got to be on all one accord, and we can stay strong. We can stay strong. We got to pray for those, who got this thing. And we got to pray for those who can find ways to overcome this. Floyd Perrier. I love that name, Floyd. Appreciate you, man, for making the donation to help grow the nation. And shout out to those who donated through Cash App, man. I saw your name come across the stream. And shout out to young Dollar Wilson, man. I call him Dollar Wilson because he's always in this thing. Bama fan, united and divided, conqueror, divided we fall. Yeah. King says COVID-19 is certification of vaccination identification for the nation, right? COVID, straight up. Akeem says, love you guys. Yes, appreciate you, King. Yeah. Man, this coffee is almost done. I tell you what eventually we will be out of time once completed. Oh, it's the 5G towers. This is from Francis Washington. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you all about the 5G network. And I think that the 5G network is a crazy animal, in China, in certain pockets of, I think of it, Chicago, in certain areas. But China got the full-fledged 5G network that was released. And a lot of times people fail to realize that if you have an Apple phone, right, with the facial unlock feature, that thing It's crazy because you don't have to put your username and password and you just look at your phone, right? And it unlocks your phone. You can go to certain applications like your banking. You can go to certain applications like I think you can set up even your emails to unlock via phone. Well, can you imagine if you're in certain pockets where they got all of this technology, right? Where you enter into a bank, instead of reaching into your pockets, right, and pulling out your wallet or what have you, is that you walk right into the bank and the bank teller already know that this is Lawrence Thomas, right? Hey, this is Lawrence Thomas. His bank account is this and this and that. And I say, well, I want to talk to a certain person about this and that, and they got it done. And as soon as I'm done, me walking back out of the bank, all I have to do is just mention Uber, pick me up, and an Uber vehicle comes and pick me up. That is the ability of 5G network. The ability to have facial recognition, to understand that if I came in for a mortgage, I'm seeing somebody and they take care of all of my business situation. I leave out of the bank with money on my particular smart device, whatever it may be, and I just say Uber, Lyft, pick me up. And the car pulls right up and it automatically knows that I need a ride and I need an assistant. And I never have to reach in my pocket. Now, how does that work, Law? Well, first of all, you got to have a networking system that can read your facial expressions. You got to have a networking system that's tied into your phone device without lagging of any speed. 5th generation, that's what 5G network is, 5th generation. That capability is already here. And one can say that the UV and the radiation that all of that stuff gives off causes all type of sickness, causes all type of motion sickness, and causes all type of disruptions as it relates to the vibrations that the human body gives off, right? There's vibrations all around. Light surfaces the phone that I'm talking through, giving off some type of small amount of radiations, right? So now when you start talking about that on a massive scale, boy, I guess us humans, we were not ready for it. And they tweaking, they teetering, they trying to figure this thing out. And remember this, if you guys don't hear nothing about what I have to say, we talked about earlier that people don't care about people anymore. They just want to be first. They don't want to go through a clinical trial anymore. This new society, everybody want to be first. And United States is versus China. China is versus Africa. Africa is versus Russia. Everybody is competing. Australia in this thing. Everybody, Japan saying, hold on, I got this technology coming out next month too. We want to be the first to land on the moon again. Matter of fact, we want to be the first to build a condos on the moon. You know, that's what people try to do. And due to this 5G stuff, baby, I'm telling you, they want to be the first. They didn't give it time to test out people. Everybody in a certain area was guinea pigs. Radiation came out, and that's what we have. I know that a lot of people say, that myth been debunked, this been debunked. But I want you to Google 5G network. That stuff is nasty, quick, fast. No more waiting forever for upload speeds, man. No more waiting forever for this thing to update. 5G. I mean, meaning that, it took me, when I first started on YouTube, to download a game, a 30-minute game, it took me an hour and 30 minutes. Can you imagine I can download a 3 gig, 30-minute game in 3 minutes? Don't you know the people that's been waiting for that information to drop? Saying, man, Law got this content out quick. I'm taking it. I'm watching it. Yes, indeed. So that's just how it goes, man. Floyd Perrier says, I remember dial-up. Y'all remember that? The AOL, you used to hit the little man, he run, he runs to the envelope runs to the phone, whatever it may be, and it used to take forever. But dial-up during that time, we were waiting. We had patience. We used to wait for dial-up. We said, I'm just trying to connect to the internet. And during that time, it was fast during that time. And then don't let you try to connect to the internet back in the days and somebody give you a call, you be like, God, dog. Phone companies benefited from that, baby. Phone companies said, you know what, we'll sell you 2 lines. We would sell you 2 lines. And that's when people start implementing, hey, this is my internet line and this is my phone line. And then dial-up became a little bit faster. And they said, well, we can still get 1 line to save us money, but they cost a little bit more. And people was like, as long as you can bring the speed. Then they came out with high-speed internet, cable internet, We'd do away with the digital, well, the analog systems. Cable internet was so fast, AOL users, yeah. Speech, yeah. Hey, John G. Hey, one of the perks of having AOL was to have the AOL email address. Is that still existing? Let me know if you guys still have existing AOL email address. So watch the numbers double and a half for the time we going forward, yeah? Remember pagers before? Yeah, Robert Clark. Ooh, cell phone. Hey, you wasn't a real legitimate drug dealer until you had multiple beepers on the side, You're like, man, people start associating cell phone or beepers or pagers as it relates to you being a drug dealer. Hey, man, that connect coming strong. Connect, check your connect. 2-way pages, you see? Yes, AOL. No way, Brian. Bradford says the AOL still exists. Shout out to anybody who still have AOL. I didn't know it still exists, man. I didn't know, man. From 2 households sharing a line to 10 or more in a household. Yeah, Milton, yeah. That's the craziest thing. AOL still exists. And yes, we used to have 2 phone lines, and then it went to 10 lines. Yeah, I dropped in for 2 seconds, and I see Law talking about being an old man. It's bachelor body. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, being an old man at AOL, man, it used to be crazy, man. Dial-up internet speed, and then we got the high-speed internet, and then DSL kind of tried to make a comeback. Now we got internet via satellite, So, King says, start a conspiracy theory channel, Law. That would be going hard, right? You think I should, man? What would conspiracy law, right? That would be nice, right? Thanks for Twitter. Follow Law, man. Really appreciate you, man. I just want to put these things out there, man. I love talking to you guys, and I love showing you guys the other side of Law. Law should definitely start a conspiracy theory channel. That would be dope. Like, the reason why, the NFL is the way it is, The reason why, if y'all want to be, like, did y'all know, that Jerry Jones sued the NFL and he ultimately won in 1996? Don't you guys know that was the last time we was ever close to being in the Super Bowl? Well, we made it to the Super Bowl, but after that year, don't y'all know that's the reason why people get a chance to wear Nike instead of Rydell? Can you guys imagine Rydell being the official Cowboys sportswear? Come on, man. Yeah, that would be crazy, right? Who's rocking Rydell? Who remember Rydell? Let me know you played some high school football or middle school football if you rocking the Rydells around this mug. You remember Rydell? Where is Rydell? Is Rydell going to rise up, make a comeback? Yes, indeed. As we take a deeper look into number 24, Larry Thomas. Shout out to Larry Thomas, man. My cousin named Larry Thomas. Floyd Perrier, remember Rydell. What happened to Rydell? They got squeezed out, Yes, indeed. Me, yeah. Francis, man, we used to hate the Rydells, man. He's like, nah, man, let me get the Nike, bro. Let me get the Nike. Rydell used to make the big old blocks and stuff, It wasn't finesse. The shoes was kind of horrible. Man, I used to win in some Rydells, though. Yeah, stock. I got rid of... I tried to get into some Rydell stock, but it is private, yeah? I don't know what happened to Feli. Did Rydell make pagers? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, Under Armour is in high school now. Wow, man, those kids in high school are blessed. That's why they performing better, man. Rydell used to be. But that Rydell helmet, boy, you that gonna cause a concussion. You get hit with one of those, boy. I want some LA gear, some British Nikes. Oh my goodness. Nike came in with the airfield helmets and it killed Rydell. Yo. You know, we talk about let me go back to purchasing. Let's go back to this thing I want to pull up. You got to be able to make the necessary adjustments. Purchasing. Don't you know what changed the game to retail? And there were some people that did not want to make changes. This was a major change in the game. When bar scan codes came about, it helped out with so many things, with shrink reports, help out with sales, it helped out with a lot of things as it relates to inventory and management. But there were some companies that did not want to make the initial investments. There were some companies looking at it like, we got a system, we got a philosophy in place, and we do not need to rip open our systems in order to put scan barcodes into our system. Walmart was one of the first ones to say, you know what? We ourselves are going to look into automation. We're going to look into not just selling groceries. We're going to sell t-shirts. You can go in there and get a tie, battery. They wanted to be selling of everything. And I'm from Mississippi, so when you bring in a Walmart, it just destroys the economy, right? It destroys everything as it relates to the small businesses. Because Walmart, you can go to one-stop shop. You can go in there and get just about anything. You want to get a shave, a razor, you want to get your hair cut, you can pretty much go to Walmart. If you want to go Subway, get you a foot long, you can go to Walmart, for crying out loud. So it crippled the economy as it relates to everybody having their fair shake. But they was innovative. They were looking at it like, hey, we're going to use scan barcodes, right? There were some people resisting, right? To make a long story short, the Walmart of present day is Amazon. It's proven that Amazon right now is pretty much a recession-proof type of business. It's a situation that I want a lot of people to put their toe in the water with. And this being the 2020 season, we know for sure that I can order, some batteries tomorrow. Today, it could be here tomorrow. That's Amazon. That's creative thinking. And I want people to understand that you got to follow the trends. Now, there's another situation that a lot of times when we look at what's going on in everyday, Walmart backwards law, martial law, yes, Subway sucks, yes, but Walmart used to have Pizza Hut too. Some of them used to have other places that you can go get some stuff. So what I'm trying to say is that Rydell was that old school helmet that didn't really want to put the money into the investments, didn't really want to make the changes, and bam, we saw that they still exist, but they don't exist to the level of a Nike or Adidas or what have you. Soon enough, Amazon drones will be delivering packages to your doorstep. This is from the U. That would be dope. That would be dope, but it had to be a certain package. I can see little Ray Ray and Pookie with a BB gun saying, "Man, that package is coming, man. Let me get that. Let me shoot that down. That's a PlayStation 6, man. Let me shoot that one down, baby." Salute to my Cowboys family. Already doing that at Amazon. They already doing it. See, and you know what? Walmart is already, I like to put this out there. Walmart is already doing away with the cashiers, right? They finna rip open and take out all of the cashiers and make everything automated. That is only to combat against Amazon. Let me repeat, that is only to combat against Amazon. Walmart is too big to have you to walk in there and to have your scanned stuff already purchased, what have you, to walk out. Amazon got stores And let me say this, Amazon got stores where all you got to have is your cell phone. You got your cell phone, you can walk right into the store and you got it connected to your Amazon account. You can pick out anything you want and walk clean out of there, and they will automatically charge you based upon the information, based upon the stuff that you grabbed. They got that technology, and that's already going on over there in China with the 5G. But neither here nor there. They got that going on in some Amazon stores here. Now, here's another situation. And let me tell you how this worked out with Sam's. I don't know if you guys got Sam accounts or what have you. And I like this conspiracy talk. Sam's got a thing whereas you can go in there if you have the Sam app and you already, let's say for example, you don't want to wait in those long lines longer than Shaq feet, right? Sam's got a situation where you can actually go into the store, and if you have your Sam mobile app, you scan the products that you want, you pay for it from that scan from your phone, and you walk clean out of the door. And you don't have to go wait in that long line that's longer than Shaq feet, and you can just skip past everybody. It's crazy when you go into Sam Club and people that's not aware of that and they see you doing it, they be like, man, hey, this brother's stealing. But not knowing that you pay for everything through your phone. That's how crazy technology is, baby. And that is the wave of the future. So if you're inspired to be a cashier, you may want to look for another job because your job is almost done with. I think we have it all. When we had it, yeah. Let me see what we got over here, man. I love y'all, man. Some people said I love technology. Fabian, I think somebody kicked you out of the club, but shout out to you, man. We are hanging in there, you. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Sam Club, you just scan the barcode on your phone and you all good to pay. Yeah, this is from DR. Yeah, I mean, technology is crazy. Can you imagine trying to open up another store and you don't have that type of technology? Can you imagine how long those lines were? And I forgot I was able to benefit from it. Look, a lot of people do Instagram. A lot of people do Instagram. A lot of people do Facebook. And a lot of people do Twitter and Twitch. But there's a website that you can go to called Instacart. I kid you not. You can order from Instacart and maybe 3-4 hours. You put look, Instacart. I kid you not. You put all your information down, and by 3 or 4 hours, they'll come knocking on your door. All your stuff paid for, delivered, dropped off at your front door. And if you worry about the COVID situation, you can have your can of air, of Lysol. You can spray that stuff down. Wait for about 3 or 4 hours. Look left, look right. Pick up your stuff, and you have a happy day. You never have to even go outside. Those are alternatives if you don't want to use Amazon. I like Target. Sometimes when you order at Target, you can put all your stuff online and drive up, and they'll drop it off right in your car. You don't have to be in Target no more. It's called drive up pickup orders. That's how crazy this thing is. That's how crazy technology is, man. Joseph Sandberg, Instacart is amazing. Trust me, it is, man. It is, man. It's crazy technology out there. Let's focus on everybody in the country. Stay safe inside. So these are alternative ways. It's crazy how the conversation steered back into just being safe and being within the confines of your home, and all this stuff. We talked about internet. We talked about Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott. We talked about so many things. Those can go back and rewind. It was more so Cowboys talk in the beginning. Now I just start freestyling and speaking my mind on technology, right? So really appreciate you all, man. Let me know if y'all want me to go for another 5 minutes. I can roll, man. Is there a gap hole in your mask? You still could, and gloves, yeah. And you just gotta stay prayed up, Cowboy Nation. You gotta stay, doing your push-ups, stay worked out, and stay and be safe, man. Another 5 minutes from Cambo Cowboy. Y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Love me, man. I really do. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Good stream here. Yeah, appreciate you. Someone dropped off a pack. See, as we were speaking, someone dropped off a package that we ordered early today. Y'all see him on the camera, So that's good stuff, man. Been using personal computer since DOS. Yeah, at your door, I think. Yeah, y'all can see everything, man. Let me turn it right. Don't be reminding me. And it's crazy when you guys said it. My Ringer app pulled that person up, so it's totally good that he's here dropping off packages. Is that total HIPAA violation? This is from Juke Gang. I hope I said your name right. Juke Gang. My thing is, we're going back to the Ezekiel Elliott talk. My thing is with the Ezekiel Elliott situation. Here's the thing. Ezekiel Elliott said this. It was confirmed by his agent, not denied, but it was confirmed by his agent that yes, several players have tested positive for the COVID. It was not denied nor confirmed from Ezekiel Elliott that he got it or what have you. But he did say that it was confirmed by his agent. His agent did not break the news that people have COVID. And then he said, what about HIPAA? And that's where he could have updated that situation since that time frame. So it is what it is at this point. I just hope that everybody can understand that the NFL and the media, ESPN, the NFL.com, and it's not me hating at them or anybody that does journalism now. There's no, look, everybody's about that paper. Click this, click that, they don't care. If they can put the news out real quick, they get the most click to come their way. TMZs of the world and the Shade Room, if they consider the news source, is open source. Twitter, is open source for people to click on things and to report news. There are people, y'all want to make a lot of money. Let me just say this too. Y'all want to make a lot of money? All you got to do, and if you don't have a heart or what have you, you can just make a lot of money. Just go to people's stories. Go to Ezekiel Elliott stories. Go to Jalen Smith stories. And set your computer on record. Record their stories. Set up your YouTube channel. And just be like behind the scenes of Ezekiel Elliott. Behind the scenes of Cardi B. Behind the scenes of Megan Thee Stallion. Or behind the scenes of Joe Biden. Or behind the scenes of Trump. And people will gravitate to your channel. It don't have to be factual information. I think it's like gossip news. A lot of people make tons of money on YouTube having gossip channels, and it's just behind the scenes stuff without a lot of content. They just have gossip, and you make tons of money on YouTube. Maybe you can do away with Facebook on it, but I think Facebook got some constraints to it. But YouTube, I know you can make a lot of money. There's people that have complete gossip channels, and they don't care. They don't care whether or not the information was right, whether or not the information was true, whether or not the information was false, whether or not the information was accurate. They just want to put stuff out there, and they will have people googling eyes and, "Ooh, did you know that Lil Fizz, broke up with Tupac and Biggie's daughter?" It could be all types of stuff. And that's just how it goes, man. You can get fired for HIPAA violations that leak people's stuff in Texas, and it's a felony, But I doubt it. You got other things that's in the confines of that. And gossip is not the gospel law. Careful, This is from Robert Clark. Yeah, you know how it goes. But if people want to make money, they can start gossip. It's gossip. Can he sue? This is from DJ Cobb. Who would he sue? Who will Ezekiel Elliott really sue at this point? Yeah, and the person can always deny and say, well, I didn't say, this and that, and they can still say it's hearsay and say, well, this agent did say this and it was as secondary information. Yeah, so Yeah. So there's a lot of things to go into play with all of this stuff. But he can surely sue the hospital if he went there to his doctor, you know. But it is what it is. Determines it was released. Pay attention to the information that's dropped earlier. COVID-19 testing were administered, you know. We had this from DJ Form, yeah. I worked at a hospital for over 15 years and nothing can be done. It's from my Cowboys family. You know, and you can't deny accurate diagnosis and then sue the report for slander or defamation of character. Yeah. That's boy, y'all get into some legal ramifications. But shout out to y'all that's over there, man. This from my dog June Gang. Really appreciate you guys, man. I really thank everybody for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. I'm out.